Hello, YouTube. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. And I guess the purpose of me doing this is to, save you money if you're thinking about, watching a movie or deciding if you want to spend it. I don't know. It's up to you. But we watched Superman, the movie, the James Gunn version, and so kind of give you a little bit of background, like from my perspective, is that I'm actually coming from, my favorite Superman movie was the Christopher Reeve ones. So Gene Hackman, rest in peace. Was a great Luthor and everything. So, I enjoyed, I enjoyed the Brandon Roth Superman version. I thought that was fine. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I found it was fine. Um, in terms of the Snyderverse Superman, um, it was okay. I thought it lost the soul of Superman. Obviously, a lot of things there were different perspective, I guess, in terms of Superman. That's fine. Um, you know, I enjoyed Smallville. I know it is a WB show, and but I enjoyed it. As for this particular Superman, I'll say that in terms of all the actors, I actually thought they were fine. I think Mr. Cornsweet, I think his name is, he was fine as Superman. Lois was fine. You know, uh, Lex was kind of over the top at times. His character kind of found was inconsistent. He could be either the smartest man in the world and then turn into the dumbest one after. It was really bizarre. I'm not going to spoil the movie, folks. You know, granted, I'll get into it, but I don't think there was actually that much to spoil. Um, but and James Gunn, I think he, generally tried to make a good Superman movie and tried to make it call it down the middle. Um, Obviously, movies recently have been, very, I guess, divisive in senses, and I come from more like someone who's, likes superhero movies. I've collected comic books for a long time, so I love like that Superman lore. He's always been obviously someone who's it's that emotional attachment. That like like in Superman Returns, I always felt sad when that one scene where Lex and his cronies they beat up on Superman, and it was kind of, and they kick him, they disrespect him, and it's sad because in a way when you think about how Superman saved all these people, he's he's standing for truth, justice, and yes, the American way. Um, but they kick him and disrespect him. I always thought that was, you know, it was sad in the moment, right? And so I thought that was great, right? So how they did that, right? That emotional attachment in that sense. So this movie here, the James Gunn Superman movie, I'll say, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, it is 100% Guardians of the Galaxy straight through, right? Everything from the music used into it, the tone of the movie. You're not going to get no origin story. It's that's You're not going to get that. There's a lot of comedy. I would actually say this is a comedy. It's not even a Superman movie, to be quite frankly. Crypto is definitely all over this. Crypto is incredibly a huge part of this. Most of this is obviously a lot of spoilers have been put out, so if you've seen it, obviously you probably won't watch this. But Crypto is all over this movie, definitely. I found that there wasn't much of a story, from this. I felt it was more like a bunch of scenes filmed, put together, and then each time with this movie, what it tries to do, it does try to tap into some of that Superman lore, where you have that attachment. Like I mentioned in that scene with Returns, where when they're beating him up and they're basically humiliating him, right? And they're trying to they try to get into some of that, but the problem with this movie is every time you have a serious scene at the end, they end it with a joke, and it takes you right out of it. Like I was having a hard time getting into this movie, right? It was like I think it was like a lot of YouTube clips put together. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect James Gunn. I'm sure, like I've enjoyed his other work. I'm sure he's a really nice person, and I know he's been trying to play it straight down the middle of this movie's for everyone. But there's a lot of the movie. I think it just wasn't like this. Didn't play like a Superman movie. A lot of things in there that I just didn't feel that really fit within a Superman movie. I don't even think, to be honest with you, that Superman was actually even the main character in this movie. It is so broken up into so many different characters. The Lois character was very strong. By now, I think you folks have seen they had like a 10-minute, debate about geopolitics and whether Superman should be interfering with human, political issues. It's there's a lot of in terms of the story. There's a lot of I was joking with my lovely partner that it's like in Doctor Who, with the sonic screwdriver. How every time you need something done, he just takes out the screwdriver and he opens whatever. There are some things in this movie where I was joking with her that, hey, you know what, sonic screwdriver, right? But overall, I just found that this movie, and then obviously, again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a major changes in terms of Superman lore that they're trying to change. I wasn't with it. I'm not for it. If they want to do that, that's their thing. But I don't know. It didn't. I was disappointed because I went into this movie wanting to like it, for a strong Superman movie. I wanted, we own Warner Discovery stock, okay, so we wanted a good result. Still gonna hold it though, because they're gonna break up and someone's gonna probably end up taking over either one or both properties, but that's another story. But in terms of the relaunch of the DCEU, or whatever they're calling it now, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna hold. I think the next one's to be Supergirl. Not gonna spoil it, but I wouldn't say that was her best introduction. And that's the girl from House of Dragon. Enjoyed her in House of Dragon. This one not so much, but I don't know. The movie, it just didn't flow. Didn't do it for me. I'm not, I'm not telling anybody not to watch it, but I will say if you're, if you want to spend that money's tough to come by nowadays, and if you're going to spend that type of money, just understand what you're getting. So, yeah. Anyways, nothing to do with Fantastic Four either. I'm not really thrilled with that movie either. Not going to the theater for that one. But as for Superman, unfortunately, double thumbs down. It's bad enough where I felt I had to actually make a video to kind of tell people that, like myself, who enjoys Superman and enjoy comic books, because this channel is a hobby channel, and I think folks may have similar tastes as I, maybe not. But from our perspective, we didn't like it. So, anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. If you disagree with me, hey, or if you agree with me, hey, feel free to put some comments down. I just want to help people, save some cash if they need to. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.